Hello friends, this is Schrient and it's time for Trails of Cold Steel Legend of Heroes. I thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, let me know what you think, I do always appreciate it. So last time we left off with Rean and he'd taken his midterm exams for first year at Thor's and roamed around, talked to a few people, had a few bonding events, and now it's time to talk to Eustace. Phew. Oh, your clothes are covered with dirt. You're even more to this than I realized. Huh, it's just dirt, hardly an issue. Takes a good deal of effort to care for horses. I suppose it's only natural to end up like this. I suppose you're right. Should I give him a hand while I'm here? Yes. Care for a little help? I've got some experience working with horses myself, so it'd help things go a little faster. It must be your hobby to show up and bid in to assist people. Your offer does come at an opportune moment, though. I'm just about to start washing them, so feel free to join in. Awesome, get to help Eustace out. Oh, who are you, pretty horse? Scrub, 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 scrub. Ooh, it's every bit as tough as I remember it being. Huh, why do you think you're throwing in the towel? You were the one who offered to help, so don't think I'll let you back out so easily. I know. Aren't you getting a little tired yourself, Eustace? We wouldn't want you to overexert your frail, little, noble body or anything. Maybe she could go take a nap. Huh, what do you take me for? This is nothing. Perhaps if you put as much effort into your work as you did your toothless jokes, we'd be done by now. Shut up, I'm doing just fine. I guess Eustace isn't friendlier towards girls than he is to guys. But we already figured that out a while ago. Right, time to foot. Hi there, pretty horse. Whoa there, we got a wild one here. Understandable, this horse recently arrived from the North Highlands. Ooh. He's still young, so he hasn't quite grown accustomed to the stables yet. Does this school normally get horses all the way from the Highlands? Indeed, they're known to breed the best horses. Even the army gets their horses from there. Now then. Eustace gently strokes the horse's neck. You're pretty good at that. When I was younger, I used to go to the stables whenever I felt bored. My brother taught me how to ride horses and how to take care of them. I'm truly grateful for that. You two are lucky to have each other. I'm not gonna let some snooty noble who learned the horses with a silver spoon in his mouth show me up like this. It's subtle, but he's definitely changed since we came back from our last field study. Feels like he's more willing to be open with us now. Care to explain what you're staring at? Don't mind me, just thinking. Anyway, we got a horse to clean. Rean helped the riding club for a while longer before bidding Eustace farewell. Your bond with Eustace has strengthened. Ooh. I went level 3. Things went faster than expected thanks to your help. Still, there's no denying you really are a stranger on Rean. I catch myself thinking so too, sometimes. Not always. Just sometimes. Well, either way, you have my thanks. Yay, Eustace thanked me. For you. Nothing is quite as refreshing as going for a post-exam ride. Come, Whitcomb. Today we ride for the sake of freedom. Okay. Oh, there's someone over here. Oh, it's you. Mr. Womanizer. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you was a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos, the one, the only, Vincent of Lorod. I presume that you are the Cupid that I asked the student council to send me? Yeah, we'll just go with that. He's quite the character, he really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I am here on behalf of the student council, yes. Then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So, based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you? Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please elaborate. Put that R in there. Please elaborate on your request. Haha, fine answer indeed. Although before we continue... Ooh, Saphira is currently nowhere to be seen. Oh, that's his, maid. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. You're hoping that to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid this getting meddled in. My father sent Saphira to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I have received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signed of naught but nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. I bet it's Margarita. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I'm most certain that she wishes for me to find her. I don't know about that. I suppose I have to trust your judgment on this one. What more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. It has to be Margarita. She talked about what to put in her cookies. I'd hardly be worthy of the Florade name if I did not properly think her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any other additional information that would help pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. First hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose. If I remember correctly, those are the flowers used when confessing your love to someone, right? Quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who purchased one, precisely, we'll be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these flowers and letters to me. Would you take this task on for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I'm truly indebted to you. Based on her synonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine her lady is a very model of grace. Now to mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married to the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it's interesting. Very interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well. I'll leave this matter in your very capable hands. Quest: The Secret Admirer has started. Nice. Excuse me, would you mind if I asked you a question? Not at all. Go ahead. Rean explained the situation to Jane and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any grand roses. It wouldn't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so. I don't intend to do anything with that information that they don't want me to, though. If they ask me to keep their identity secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember, though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support and nothing more. I wish her the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right. I count 3 first years who've made a grand rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Barrow from class 3. Whoa, Barrow. Then there's Vivi from class 4 and Rosine from class 5. Okay, so it's not Margarita. Okay. I see. Thank you very much for the help. The fact that she mentioned Vivi has me worried. Hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Not at all. Good luck. Vivi is a little trickster. So they said Barrow. Barrow, I have questions. You're Barrow from class 3, right? I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. Rean told Bear about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I need to purchase a grand rose to use in a ritual, that's all. I see, that's like answers my question, but now I'm wondering what the ritual she's mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I wanted to ask you. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. Good day to you too. Oh, Vivi. Where was Vivi? Oh. Who are you? Excuse me. You're Rosine from class 5, aren't you? Oh, I didn't know she was a student. She was the nun-looking character. I didn't know she was a student as well. Cool. That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick kind of personal question for you. Rean explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh, no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a grand rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question, then. It's fine. Okay. I didn't know she was in the garden club. Did you plant the grand rose? What's up, Rean? Were you so taken with my feminine charms that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? There's something I'd like to ask you. Rean explained the situation to Vivi and just asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well, now that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Lynn to set my sights on any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a grand rose, though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. Wow, you're a scary sister. He's like, you're a monster. Poor Lynn, I can't imagine what she has to deal with a sister like this. I've asked all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. But I bet it still is Margarita. All the signs point to her, in my opinion. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought a mystery woman here? Oh, be still my beating hearts. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You can't be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased grand roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into details if you like. It matters not. If they not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry there wasn't any help, but there's one thing I was curious about. Where could a girl get a grand rose if she didn't go to the florist? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the grand maiden is a noble, she could have an alternate source, however. My darling Vincent, I found you! I knew it was her. I knew it was Margarita. Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I baked ended up as far more delicious as I could ever imagine. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another one out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not have even as foggiest idea of who you are. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the grand maiden all along? No way. Dumbfounded. She's your love interest, Vincent. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely grand roses I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're part of Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean... Oh, so you know the story. Your suspicions are indeed correct. I'm Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely grand maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you, of all people, be related to the grand maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own. Look, darling, we are already completing each other's thoughts. And yours are oh so sweet. What you said couldn't have been further from the actual thought. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. You in a relationship with me? You may choose one of two replies. I would be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? They sound the same. This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. The answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So that's how it is. Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon? There is no need to fear. Please have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you mix something into your cookies. Oh, but that's for me to know and you to find out. Stay back, don't come any closer. You don't just stand there. I need your aid in order to be able to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There'll be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it'll be all worth it in the end. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Savria! Dare I ask what you are doing in a place like this? Savria, I beg you, please. Free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you're my sweetheart's darling's maid, aren't you not? So this is Savria mentioned. Sarifa. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I'm afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper dorm. Class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Florade awaits you there. I see, then I have no choice. I must go at once. But... These cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I'll make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. Margaret begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Sarifa. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully, this condoles some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Received prismatic cape. Oh, thank you, Sarifa. Thank you. With that, I wish you all good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. You talked about her behind her back. She saved your butt, Vincent. I knew it was Margarita. I knew it. She's been trying to find a man all school year. That maid may prove to be quite the obstacle, but no matter. There should be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Please stop making cookies. Well, today's been full of unique encounters to say the least. At least our request is over and done with. That was great. The secret admirer quest has been completed. Hey there, Rean. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Elisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Rean's life even harder than it already is. Sorry, I probably shouldn't think out loud. So I haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request for me to assist with testing out the orbital bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh, please, I can hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not, but wait, does that mean... Yeah, we want you to ride the orbital bike. Woohoo! Me? I can't deny that I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So, how about it? You ready to ride? Yes, indeed. Okay, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we tune it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right, I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's ridden it just fine. I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started, too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great! You have a more objective opinion after you ride. I guess that makes sense why you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. And get off the school grounds for a while. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, everyone's here. So, what are Toa and Crow doing here? Andy and George told us you'd be doing this. So I came along to show some support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father. Make sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Oh my goodness, Crow. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Rean. Just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. You can build the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Right, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica, that helps. I won't let you down. I'm gonna do this. Gonna ride this monstrous, amazing looking bike. Okay then, that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The 3 things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right, you want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Find the engine simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Okay? Release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Okay? Try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably wouldn't know how to do. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Applying the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel, that should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front, lightly to the back. That's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. That's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So, what do you say, ready to go? You bet. I'm not. Okay, let's see Rean ride this thing. Right then, first is starting up the engine. Slowly and calmly. Wow, this is pretty intense. It kind of reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch level, shift to first gear, twist the throttle. Now I've done that, all I need to do is let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me what to do. What exactly did she say again? Slowly? That's a cool bike. You're doing it. Now we're talking, this is great. Go, Rean, go! There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Oh, he's really going. Nice. That's so cool. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to the speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right, first I need to roll off the throttle, need to pull in the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica told me I had to handle this clutch in a specific way during all this. What was that again? What? Pull in quickly? No, something like fast? I don't know, firmly? Alright, then you pull in the clutch firmly and quickly, then change gears. And after that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. Sounds right. Oh, Rean's really going. There we go, perfect. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves this so much. Well, the fun's gonna come to an end eventually. Only about time to stop. Obviously I need to hit the brakes. Obviously I need to hit the brakes, but then how much pressure do I put on them? Strong at front, light at back, right? Definitely not both. I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brakes and light on the rear brakes. I didn't even know there was 2 different brakes on a bike. I stopped on exactly where I was expected to, so I guess I did right. This thing's incredible though. It feels like I'm still riding along even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I've got to snap out of it eventually. The others are waiting for me. I better head back now. Go Rean, you did awesome. You made it back in one piece. Welcome back, Rean. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you got some potential. Look at this guy. Trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out and ride!" Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I hate to admit, I didn't expect these kind of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first time with her too. Nice to know I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get as much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. That's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's sit back at the engineering building. Good plan. Aw, they're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. That was a fun quest. Thanks, Rean. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'd be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Lisa's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Lisa's mother's the chairman of the Reinfort group, isn't she? I didn't know you're familiar with each other. The Rogner and Reinfort families have shared a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Roar, huh? Right. Yeah, Angie's dad's one of the group's biggest stakeholders, too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Lisa's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts of the bike, too. Well, that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right, although whether or not Reinfort will actually mass-produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it'll make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it in something that the masses can handle. And today, you're a big help in getting close to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you are right in the mark. Oh, I haven't probably thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Dragon Vein? Ooh, what are you? Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course, I'm sure you'll be able to put to good use. Well then, Rean, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us next time we need a hand, too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Rean is excited. Quest Born to be Orbital has been completed. That was great. Well, I'm going to end this episode here, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I do always appreciate it. And I believe next time will be Old Schoolhouse Part 3. But thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.